Hello everybody, I just wanted to take a few minutes and give you a tour of the Illinois State Board of Education's website. Specifically, I want to spend a little time explaining learning standards, especially for those who are new to the field of teaching or are not familiar with teaching in general. So here we are, we're on the website. The Illinois State Board of Education pretty much governs us as licensed teachers in Illinois. You'll complete a bachelor's degree program or if you are interested in being a paraprofessional, either a 2-year program or pass a test, and the ISBE will actually be the one to grant you your license. So for this little video, I want to show you everything about standards. So to find the standards, you click on Teachers, and you'll see a bunch of little button links that pop open. We're going to scroll down, and here we go. Learning Standards, left click. And then you'll see that the standards are divided by content areas. So you have the early learning standards, that's for those teaching preschool, pre-K, kindergarten. You have English, you have fine arts, foreign language, math, PE and health, science, and social science. You also see here the English language learning standards. These are for those students where English is not their native language. This is a student who's maybe coming from a different country, and we have a set of standards for those as well. So I'm going to go ahead and click on, let's go ahead and click on math just for fun. So when you click on one of the little areas, it will break it down to the standards, professional development, which that's for teachers. So let's say you're a teacher in an elementary school, for example, and you need to take a few courses in math to kind of help you further your knowledge. They're going to give you some help and some guidance on what you can do, and then also some resources. So these resources you can use in the classroom with students, or it could be something that would help you as a professional. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the math standards. If you're the type of person who likes to read the standards on paper, then you can go ahead and look at the binder version of the math standards, which is totally printable, and then you can have a copy. Then you can also look at the accelerated math standards as well. They have some links here for educators and for parents, so this is a website that everybody can use. So I'm going to go ahead and look at the binder version. You can see in standards that they show you what grade level, they show you the strand, and they show you the number. So you can see here that this is Common Core, kindergarten through 12, and P1, and then it kind of tells you what skills students need to be able to develop based on this standard. We use what's inside this box, the information and the skills, to design lesson plans. So this is kind of like the main idea of writing a paper in English 1 or your mission statement. That's basically what a standard is all about. It guides us as to what we need to teach in our lesson for that day or for that week or for that quarter, etc. So as you can see as I scroll through, everything is numbered and lettered. See how at K-12 and P3, see there's K through 12 and P3, and as you kind of go through, you can see here are the kindergarten standards. So you have Common Core, and then you have know the names and the numbers and count sequence, count 1 to 100 by ones and tens. So if you were going to design a lesson plan or an activity, that this would be the focus, helping students be able to count number, names, and sequence from ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10, up to 100, and also by tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and so on. So as you can see, there are these standards for various skills regarding the different core areas, content areas, as well as they break it down by grade level and then by subject. So again, we use these standards when we teach. Depending on what grade level and what subject area you want to teach, that will depend on how many standards you are held accountable to teach. So for example, I taught high school. I was only responsible to teach the high school standards for social studies. So I was not responsible to teach the kindergarten standards for social studies or the 3rd grade standards and so on. I was just responsible for designing lessons based on standards for high school social studies like history, geography, things of that nature. So I hope that helps. So feel free to take a look at the standards. Even if you're not interested in teaching a content area like math, it doesn't hurt to take a look at the skills that are developed in that content area. Again, the content areas are early learning, language, arts, or English. You have the early English learning standards, the fine art standards, the foreign language, math, PE, science, and social studies. So feel free to take a look at them and let me know what you think.